Welcome back. This is the last video on Introduction to 3D Printing, and in today's video we'll be putting all the pieces to the puzzle together. We'll make a model in Blender, then we'll export it to the Slicer software, then we'll print it. So let's get started! I'm already in Blender, and if you're not familiar with 3D modeling with Blender, please check my Blender basic videos. And let's get started. So we're going to make a pen stand, which should be easy. So I'll add a cylinder, and I'll make vertex at 8. I'll make radius 2, and I'll make a depth 4. Now I'll just go to edit mode, and I'm gonna go to face select. I'm gonna subdivide it. Now I'm just gonna go to loop cuts and put 2 loop cuts here. I'll go to face select. I'll do A. I'm going to unselect these faces, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to poke faces. Now you can see it added more triangular faces on the object, and I'll just go here and increase the poke offset. It's going to make it pop out, like you can see here, and you can make it how you like it. Now I'll just go to edge select. Now I'm gonna unselect the top and bottom vertices. So I'll use. I'm gonna bevel these vertices to give a little more detail. So I'll right click and go to bevel vertices, adjust the width here. Now I'll just go to face select and I'll select A for all, and I'll just unselect these top and bottom faces. And I'll do II to insert faces, and I'll adjust this here. Now I'll right click and delete these faces. I'm gonna make a divider in the pen stand, so I'll go to the top here. I'll just delete this face. I'll go to vertex select. I'm just gonna select these 2 vertex. I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna go to new face from edge, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. Now I'll go to edge select, and I'm gonna select both of these edges, and I'm gonna extrude it on the Z-axis. I'm just gonna bring this down. We don't want this coming all the way down, so I'll just put it a little up. It will actually make it look better once we solidify it. Now let me apply the solidify, so I'll just select all of it. I'll go to modifiers and get to the solidify, and I'll increase the thickness. I think that's a good looking pen stand there. Now it's time to export this to the Slicer software, so I'll go to File, and I'm gonna go to Export. You can see different file formats. Slicer software can't understand all of these different formats, but it's important to choose STL because most Slicer softwares could understand that format. So I'll click STL. Let me just put a file name, and I'm just gonna keep STL and a dot, and I'm gonna make it pen. And I'm gonna click export STL. Now we have the file exported, so let me open Bamboo Studio. I'll go to prepare. Now I'm gonna add it, so I'll go to add, and I'll open it. Let me make this really big, so I'll go to scale, and I'll make this say 1300. And now I'll go here to my material, and I'm gonna make it bamboo PLA silk, because that's the material I'm gonna use, and I want this to be very detailed, so I'm gonna make this to 0.08. Now I'm gonna go to ironing, and I'm gonna select all top surfaces, and I'll slice plate. Now if you look here, you can see it's going to take a long time. It's 4 hours, and it's because I made it very small, 0.08, so that it's very detailed, so it'll take a long time. And if you look here, this is like the time it takes to print the inner wall, ironing, etc. I don't care about the time, so I'm just going to print it, and I'm going to send it. Now the device open, and I'll click this to see my device. And you can see the printing is in progress, even though right now it's at 0%. Right now it's heat bed preheating. That's gonna take some time. I have an option to record it here, or you guys, I'm gonna record it and I'm gonna come back and see what the finished product looks like. Look at this, our pen stand is ready. Let me just take this out, and sometimes it's hard to take out. That came off easily. You can see how shiny this looks, and it's kind of popping out here. You guys can see how big this one is that I printed before, and this is the one I printed now, and this is much bigger, and that's because I didn't take any measurements. Now, this is the last video on introduction to 3D printing, but I'll come back with more educational videos, and meanwhile, please don't forget to watch my sports, RC cars, ATV, and other fun stuff. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be coming back with more videos. Till then, bye-bye!